Hi there and welcome back to another episode of Carpet Clips, and we're back down on the same lake where I caught girth, the 27 pound 12 ounce mirror carp. But with all the confusion at breakfast time, because I thought it was a bream, we didn't get any of the catch footage or release footage on film, just showing off the fish. So I'd like to go through the rig that I used to catch girth, and it's quite simple. It's just a running rig. So we'll focus in. So running rig with a banana pop-up, dumbbell banana pop-up, on about 5 inches of snake bite 20 pound hook link, and the running rig itself is an ESP hook, and yeah, it did the job to catch the girth. So I forgot to go through all that on the last episode. This episode we're going to be doing some different tactics. The weather's supposed to be great this weekend. It's now the 18th of September, although the night times are cooler. We're going to be going through zig fishing, the setup of the zig fishing, and what I use on the zig float. I use an adjustable setup. It's called the Fox Halo, which I find really good. And if I find a depth where the fish are feeding, I then will put out a static as well. But let's not negate the margins and also the open water. The wind's coming into me because it's quite warm. I decided on this peg, because of the wind direction, I'm thinking the carp will be beyond the wind and cruising past this way and in the margins. So I've got 3 rods with me, only 2 will be used. I have a third just in case I catch, and then I'll put that back out on whichever spot I catch on. So yeah, a brilliant running rig, 360, nails them every time, bottom lip, doesn't hurt the fish. A lot of people don't like this rig because they reckon it does hurt the well, not hurt the fish, but will wreck the fish's mouth, but that's only during netting. So what I do to combat that, as you can see the string trips around that and the swivel's loose, what I do is unhook it in the net before lifting the fish. That's very important, you know, safety of fish is very important. So we unhook it in the net and then we lift the fish clear. And that's why I didn't show you, because I forgot it was still on my rod. So yeah, so big suggestions, any suggestions you want me to do, any type of carp fishing you want me to try. So this episode is zig fishing, and of course different tactics I'm going to use through the days. And I'd like to thank all my followers on Instagram. I've got quite a few now. I want to get up a little bit more without being greedy, and also some more subscribers to the YouTube channel. So if you're watching this and you're on the Insta, just click the subscribe button and let's get some good followers. I'd like to thank also a well-known YouTuber who takes the time to message me back. He knows who he is. I'd like to thank you for that, and you know, any comments that are forthcoming, I'm putting into the films, and I'm going to make them more about the tactics, and of course now we're going into autumn and winter, what tactics I'm going to use. So yeah, it's the lake is looking beautiful actually, absolutely stunning. So I'll show you that in a couple of minutes time. So I think I'm going to go for the same rig setup. I don't see why I should change anything. You know, we nailed nice fish, no hook balls, no mouth sores. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the same tactics. I'm on a different peg today because my peg's taken that I was on last time I filmed, but I didn't really give the true indication of the spots out there because other anglers of Lamb Angling Club are on here, and it's unfair, you know, because it's dating water as well, to give out all the hard work when we're mapping the swims. Sorry if I sound like I've got a cold. I've got a bit of sinusitis today. Weather change, I always get it. So yeah, so we'll get back to you with a little bit more detail when I'm mapping the swim, and yeah, about the peg and why I chose it. So I'll see you soon. This is the view from my swim. It's got a lovely, a lot of open water, and also access to some nice margins to my right hand side. The board, stability for the rods, and yeah, it gives me a nice command of the lake. And as you can see, the wind is favourable. This is why I picked this peg. This is peg 3, and I'll be telling you what tactics I'm using or what fishing, but I'm not going to be telling any wraps out there because of other anglers that come down and spend time on the lake. So I hope you enjoy this episode, keep tuning. Remember, like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 viewers. If I do, I'm going to give a prize giveaway out of my own pocket. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. So see you soon. Okay guys, so let's talk about when you get to water, about how you know what the topology of the lake is. And how we do this is by using a marker float. So the marker float you attach with a bead runner just at the end of your braided line, the bead runner, and then you've got a lead that moves up and down the line, and obviously as you do the depth, the marker float will just come up like that while the lead sits on the bottom. So first job to do now is I want to check the margins, so I'm going to check the depths and check the spots are still good by pulling that lead back. I'll see you in a bit. Hi, welcome back. Just a little bit of an update then. I've marked out the spots now, wrapped up my rods, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of spotting. So before we do that, I'd like to say a couple of shout outs to the underscore carp underscore freaks, and also Midlands Carp and Seagull for Freds. I'd like to say a big shout out to you, sir. Hello, and thank you for all your support. Remember, please pass on to your friends, and let's get this booming. My idea is, if you live in the UK or near Tamworth in the Midlands, I'd like to invite you down for a session with me down on the lake here, and just for a social, and yeah, I reckon it'd be a great laugh and a good fun, so that's the idea. Okay, so I've got my rod spot up. I'm just about to have now, literally, I haven't stopped, so I'm going to have myself a nice cup of tea, or rosé, and then I'm going to spum out 10 spums, one over the margin, and yeah, we'll get fishing. Okay, catch up with you soon. A little update then, both rods are out now and fishing. I've baited the spot on my far rod, and my shorter rod has got a handful of baits over it. So yeah, I'm waiting for the action to start. Bite time is any time from, I think, around 10 o'clock tonight till about 12 tomorrow afternoon, or sorry, 11 in the morning. So I'll keep you updated. I didn't do too much filming because get everything set up today, what we owed, and putting the rods out and getting them all squared away. So it's all happy days now, we're all fishing, which is great. And I'll get back to you later if we have any actions or any fish, so I'll see you later. Right guys, this is not how I wanted to be woken up by a bream. Quite a few battle scars on him. Not a very big one. I'm going to let him go now anyway. There we are, a bream. I just think I've got to get through quite a lot of these tonight, so hopefully I won't get through too many. Right, because of that bream, we changed our tactics and I've took off the wafter. I'm going to be putting on a mainline fluoro white pop-up. Let's get the new floss on. Put the floss on. So then go, pop-up is on. This time, like I said, I've changed my mind and gone for the white flora pop-up, as you can see on the hook. Still puts fear in the running rigs, it knows fish every time. And coming down from that, we have the 3.5 ounce Fox long distance lead with a quarter safe leader with tungsten in. The only reason I've got a quarter one is not because I'm a snob, it's because it pins it to the bottom really good. Okay, so I've re-wrapped the rod before putting the pop-up on, so I'm going to get back out on the spot, and hopefully the next time you see me will be with a carp. Hi guys, welcome back. have I got something to tell you about last night? Well, I had the police here behind my peg last night because some little hooligan tried to stand all over my car, which was quite eventful. Some loud music, and then I didn't get to bed till 1 o'clock. Obviously that was after catching that bream that you've seen earlier in the video, and then to rub insult into the wounds. 3 more bream. I mean, one was a chunk, I mean a proper chunk of a bream. I weighed him, he was just over 16 pound. But not worth the film. I'm here to catch carp, not bream. So yeah, we've still got an hour left of bite time today, I reckon. Prime bite time of the day anyway for the snake. Plan will be to go on to zigs. I'm going to be showing you the zig setup. I'll show you how I set the depth on the zigs, and a little bit of tips for zig fishing as well. So in a minute I'm enjoying a nice Irish coffee, and just keeping an eye on the water really. I think it's sunglasses, so it's getting a bit dry. So, catch up with you later. Okay guys, welcome back to, now I'm going to go through the zig kit up and zig setup that I'm using, and show you how to attach it to the rod, and also how to fish it effectively, and how to entice fish, especially carp, over the area where you're fishing. So first thing you're going to need is a heavy lead. There's about 4 ounces. This is just on a short swivel on a clip with a runner, so you can run up and down the line without affecting the line, because obviously if you just put the bare swivel on, you can damage the main line. So make sure you've got one of these buffer runners, just rubber, a nice heavy lead, at least 3 ounce really, so you can hold bottom. If it's really windy, well, we'll go up to 4, or even a bigger lead, gripper lead. Now I'm going to be using the Fox Mini Halo Zig rig. I find it a pretty good rig to use. We'll go back to that. I find it a pretty good rig. So the line comes in through the bottom here. The lead buffers up against that sleeve, so there's no real need. And then when you adjust the main line out, it adjusts in the water column. So I'm going to show you how to attach this to the line. How to attach the hook link. The hook link I've got actually, it's hanging in a tree because I've just glugged it in a quarter almond goo, which I find is very good. It lets off an instant smoke. So we're going to plan on, I already know the depth out there. I marked the swim yesterday, we know it's 10 foot where I'm fishing. And of course I want to be fishing the zig where I'm going to be putting my bottom bait overnight, because although I put some porridge oats, some corn, some milk and some high attraction pellets in my mix, in my spod mix. I want that to seep through the water column, and as it does, it'll give off that attraction through the variance level of water column. Fish will come in, and hopefully we'll grab a bite, so that's the plan. So yeah, so I'll show you the hook link as well, and we'll get it attached to the rod. I'll show you how to attach it to the rod, so I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay guys, welcome back. So the first thing to do is we're going to thread our main line. I'm using a 15-pound Daiwa sensor, that's my main line. First thing we need to do is attach the lead onto the main line, because obviously the main line has to run through the lead, so we'll just loop that through the rudder. As you can see now, that lead is just free-lined on the main line, like so. Just tighten up a little bit, there we go. Once that's done, we have to pass the float. Okay. Now it's always the end with the rubber stop. We're passing the line through there. The little hole is quite tricky to get in. What we're doing is threading that through. See, I'm pushing that through the float until it comes out the other side. I'm just going to pull that so it buffers up against the lead. Then what we're going to do is attach the collar. So first to attach the collar, that sits, the line clip sits within the collar, just a little rubber collar. Attach that on next. Like so. Then we take the quick change hook link, and I prefer to use a grinner knot on here to tidy it up, so right-handed it's also easy for me to turn to hold the swivel in my left hand. Pull enough line through, make a little loop, back on yourself, like so. I'm going to do a 5 to grinner because it's a nice strong knot. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, 5. Pull the tag tight on itself like so, give it a bit of a wet. Yeah, that bit does. All you're going to do is wet the line going down from the grinner, pull it down onto your swivel like so. Okay, pull it nice and tight. With a grinner knot, like any knot, it tightens up over time, so what you want to do is just cut off and leave about a couple of mil so it's tight to the water. Okay, and that is that done. You then reattach the collar onto the swivel. That's where that sits. So now it's, can you see that? Sorry. So it sits nice and neat. Then you can bring the whole float up. What happens is that sits. Push that into the top of the float. And that is the zig rig nearly done. As you can see from the camera, the lead will sit on the bottom. The lead's going to hit the bottom, like so. See if we get a better angle. Okay. So the lead's going to sit on the bottom like so. As you pay out the line, the adjustable float rises up the water column. Then all that's left to do is obviously attach the hook link, which I'm going to show you next. So the attachment hook link, I said earlier, I've got in a tree. And that is true. If I land this thing, here's the hook link. So it's fused with fused with corder goo, as you can see, soaked on the sponge. And I'm using Fox's Zigger floater line in the 12 pound. All we're going to do is attach that now. Onto the main bit of the rig. Before we do that, I'm just going to take up some slack on the line. Well, we've got some line played slack there, so I'm just going to take up some slack on the line. Deadly zig. So we'll do is attach that onto the quick link change, pull the rubber up. Rubber, like so. I might use the short lead, but you get with the Fox kit, you do get a boom. But what I found with this particular version of the rig, the boom itself, actually you get a lot of tangles with it. But as you can see now, there's no way that's going to tangle in that short lead. So, as I do, so I'm just going to lift that up a little bit more for you, so you can see the finished article, and I'll show you how it actually works now. You've got your zig firmer liner, which is here, and as we play out from the bottom of the water, that actually rises. You see the lead's left on the bottom there, so it rises, it moves up and down, so it's like a floating running rig if you've never come across zigs before. But this, infused in corder goo, it's going to catch me some fish. But before I cast it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be spobbing out some of that sloppy particles over my spot. Firing a zig rig out there. We've got the sea cadets on the lake. Well, I didn't see that coming. Well, we'll give it a shot anyway, and if not, we'll try some different areas. So that's the plan. But I'll get back to you when we cast it out. Okay, so the boats, the cadets are nowhere near us, as you can see. We're not fishing that far out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is cast the rod to the clip, so I've just spotted a load of nice mixture. There it is there. Gooey mixture over the top. Really will do the trick, hopefully. And yeah, we're going to cast it out and set the line. So I'm going to leave the camera in this position so you can see how we set the line on adjustable zig. A lot of people get this a little bit wrong. So remember, we've got a 2-foot hook link. So the boom really is not relevant because it hasn't really got one, so I'll just count the 2. So as soon as it hits the lead, that should be up in the air, and that's 2 foot. So I'm looking first of all for half a depth, so we'll go 5 foot. big this line is. It's got a better angle. So what we did is adjusted the drag to the bobbin there. All we want is a nice time line. That's quite handy. Now what we're going to do is loosen off the clutch. Now we know we're at 2 foot, so foot mark, you take it from there. 3. Let the line settle. 4. 5. So that's now fishing in 5 foot water, so we can get the problem. Okay. Now that is fishing at 5 foot, so that's half the depth of the lake. I'm going to put this rod just behind the, just out on the margin there. So 5 foot. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. So that zig, I've got a black zigger line. I was going to go for yellow, but because of the sunlight, it will strobe in the water, you know. So you don't want that strobing effect, it puts the fish off. So in about half an hour, I'll spod another 2 spods over the top. Spod 2 spods over the top, and then we're good to go. So get back to you soon. Right guys, just a little update then. The zigs didn't really pay out the way I wanted them to. There was no action on the zigs. I have been warned down on this lake that the zigs, they're not known of one ever coming out on zigs, but I think it's just got to find the depth out of the water column. If they find something that's enticing, then they will have it regardless. You know, a carp is a creature of habit, but it's also a predator, you know. So update, so uneventful. All I'm doing is I've flicked both my rods out into the margin, nice clear spots down for any fish, because it's quite warm still. Any fish trolling the margins. What I've got is a few high attraction pellets and mainline 14mm pop-ups. I've got 1 white and 1 pink, so we'll see how that goes. Now I know I had a couple of bream last night, but because I've rested my swim and I've baited it heavily, and within that spod mix, like I said, there was corn, high attraction pellets, there was some micro feed in there, there was some porridge oats and milk. I'm going to swap pop-up on my long run back to a yellow banana or banoffee dumbbell pop-up. Now I know it's the right thing to do because I had that mirror last week on that pop-up, so it just depends how many bream I've got to get through. So yeah, but that's the update as it stands in the minute. Thank you to everyone who subscribed so far to the channel and follow me on Instagram. Still need a few more guys, so get like and subscribe and pass it on to your friends, other anglers and tight lines. So I'll be back later on with an update before it gets dark. See you later. Welcome back, and we're going to be going into the final part of my rig and showing you how to create that. So first of all, we're starting with the hook itself. I'll just get it in my hand. So the hook is an ESP ready to go out the packet Ronnie rig. That's why they're so lethal. There's not even nothing on there yet, and it's already digging into my hand. So through the micro swivel, we're going to put some ESP super floss. Now attached to that hook is my friend gave me this. You can see it. It's called snake skin. It's a 20 pound hook link. That's pretty good, really. This is what I caught the girth on the mirror. Obviously some super floss ESP, really good. I like it. We also need the hook bait. So these are corkies. corkers, and these are top banana and caramel toffee. And I've just soaked them again overnight. Now look at them, oozing with attraction. They're a dumbbell pop-up, not a wafter, so it smells really pungent as well. And you're going to need a lighter, scissors, and a baiting needle. So what we're going to do first is take your ESP, strip off. I'll just take it around once. A little bit of floss. Take your scissors, cut the floss. That's going to be the tricky part to do on camera. Okay, so we take our hook link and our hook and the micro swivel there. Then we're going to thread. Look at that, first time. I don't really think I've done this before. Thread that through there. And you want equal amounts of floss each side of the swivel, really. Just makes it easier to put it down, so you're left with something like that. And you can leave that to one side for 2 seconds. Wow, I'm going to take Corky's pop up. So I'm going to poke it through the centre with a baiting needle. Now these, and I don't mind admitted, trying to keep the centre line is quite, well, we've done it. Look at that. Just because it's on camera. Look at that. That's just off the pop. It looks like I smoke about 500 cigarettes a day, doesn't it? Okay. So we're going to grab our hook. Now, because I've already done these this morning, the reason I haven't retied the hook links because nothing wrong. The hook's really sharp still. So you get the hook, place your wafter on the floss, pinch it down, and pull the floss up. Then put it right down over the swivel, so it masks that swivel. You can get it to go down like so. Imagine that's going to be popped up, so the fish are either going to see that hook or very little of it. You can just bead at the top. I like it there for it's very good effectiveness for fishing. Just put the lid back on it. Don't any monkeys turning up with the smell of banana. Right, next thing you have to do, chop your bait floss, leave a little bit of a tail, and this bit you're going to bird the bait floss. Okay, bird it down, and block the end with the lighter. A little bit of spit, and that isn't going anywhere. Now I'm just going to adjust that up to just to where the shank starts to bend. If you look at that, we're going to do the margin in a minute, but it really does mask that hook. It's pretty good. So there you are, the finished article, ESP Ronnie rig, ready made, brought from the shop. Snake skin, £20, hook link, and then onto the quick lead drop off system. And that is ready to fish. I'm going to show what that looks like, well, if the margin's clean enough, but probably is probably a bit murky actually. I've just had a quick look over, so let's see if tonight we can catch some fish. That's the main goal, so I'll catch up with you later. Believe it or not, guys, we're not far from losing the light. I know it was a sunny day, but I just think it's the light reflection off the lens of the camera. We're definitely now going into dusk. I've had no shows today whatsoever. I didn't see anything before dark yesterday either, so the car parks show themselves at the minute. I'm just watching the lake as we speak. So I've changed my tactics a little bit. I've gone for simple hook baits, which I showed you previously in the video, the dumbbell pop-ups. the banana and caramel toffee. All the same, all yellow. I had success on it before, like I said, with a mirror, the PB, so there's no reason why it wouldn't, or another one would pick it up basically. So I baited my swim completely and left the rod out most of the day because I was fishing with a zig. And of course the particles put over the zig anyway will be floated down, and it will be covering the bottom there. So I'm happy. I'm not putting any more food out. Like I said, I've baited it, I've rested the swim all day, and I've only just put the rig back on it now before we lose the light. My second rod is going over to a hard spot which I found to my right hand side of the swim, and it's a spot me and my friend Andy know well, so if he's watching this, I'm trying that spot tonight, mate. It's close-in, you know, it's I'd say marginal, but yeah, if another angler turns up though on peg 4 or 5, I'm going to have to reel in. And then a third rod is going obviously on the marginal shelf, literally just in front of me. That's if I have to pull one out of the water. I've got a rod ready to go, it's on the rest ready to go. So yeah, let's hope for a carp tonight, if not first thing in the morning. I got myself all beaten up actually about catching all them bream, but do you know what, I'm even going to film them because at least I am blanking, you know. The Burrow pit bream is stopping me from blanking, which I'm happy about, you know. Wetting the rod, although I don't put them in my necks, the snot and the slime on them. Okay guys, so that's about it for now. Like I said, watching the water, there's been no shows whatsoever today. We have had the cadets on the lake. I don't know if that's upset things, but we'll look at the lake and the tactics again tomorrow if anything changes. In the meantime, you'll be the first to know, so I'll catch you in a bit. Well, a very good morning. It's just gone first light, and we had a very, very quiet night actually. A couple of knocks, but nothing major. As you've seen earlier, the only visit I got this morning was from two swans. So I'm going to keep the rods out in position until bite time is finished, and then I'm going to have a think. I would like another carp to show the camera. So far I've only got footage of one bream from my 48-hour session. I'll take it, means I'm blanked. The only time I'll take it. So yeah, I don't know, I'm having to think at the minute what I can do differently. Again, I've seen no fish whatsoever show, not even first thing. I've been up since first light just to see if I missed them yesterday. Nothing. I can't see anything on the lake, so it's pretty difficult to if I can't find them, to catch them. So I have to go on my hunch. I know it's a difficult water anyway from the last blog, you know. I mean, I think myself privileged to have caught the mirror that I did last week. So yeah, I mean, September I've still caught a carp, you know. I would have liked another one. The trees are now going into autumn colours, so I think autumn and winter tactics are going to have to start coming in. Maybe they've gone down to the silt, but if they've done that, I should still think that we'd have some shows for cleaning off the gills, where they'll be feeding the silt. The temperature was very cold last night, even though it was sunny yesterday. It's much the same weather today, so hopefully there'll be no boaters on the lake again. And yeah, so like I said, I'll leave the rods out now until bite time's come and gone. That's it. If anything changes, I'll get back to you in the meantime. I'm going to have a little rethink. Just a little update then. Nothing at prime bite this morning, so I'm going to have a walk around the lake and see if I can see any signs of any fish or anything showing anywhere, and then probably move on to them if I can. If not, I'm going to put some higher track bags out. That's about it really. I don't know what else to do. Still no shows all morning. So yeah, it's disappointed, but never mind, let's go hunt for them. Well guys, I had a walk around the lake, all the way around the top part that I could get to, and I was able to hook with a peg last week where I caught the girth. I pre-baited a little bit yesterday evening just before it got dark because the guys that were on there moved off, so I went back up there to have a look today. The wind's changed direction, pushing up towards the island, so I thought, I'll move my stuff over there. I put a few spoms out, you know, of some good higher track bait out there just to keep the spots going, and just as I was coming back to grab my gear, match fisherman turned in there. Was literally flicking out for a little perch roach. So I said to him, I said, I'm out, put a lot of bait out here, to which he replied, well, your tackle's not here. So I suppose that's the risk you run, but you know, 9 times out of 10 someone decent would have went, do you know what mate, yeah, okay, fair enough, you put a bit of bait out. I could just go down any side for what fish he's going for. Never mind. So I've did a very long cast near enough from where I am, try and hit the spot, and I'll put another one on another hard spot to my right, so we'll see what happens today. Not very hopeful, but we'll have a look this afternoon. Might even change back to a zig if the sun comes out, so still the morning. Yeah, catch up with you later. So guys, I was wondering why it was a bit quiet. Well, now I know. I went for a quick doze because I was up early, and I woke up to the cadets on the lake with a couple of speedboats, loads of canoes and some sailboats, quite a few there. So I was wondering why we weren't getting any shows, and that's probably why. So that'll be where that boat is, there is roughly where my rod is, so I think it's perfect time for a bit of stalking. Then they have to ruin my fun. So anyway, stalking then, I have zoom back into normal zoom as I'll do it. Oh, it's a dial, very clever. Right, so yes, so I have rigged up my Shimano power loop, which is a little stalking rod with a 360 barbless stringer that I'm going to push up in a minute, and an inline lead, and I'm going to put that in a spot over here, thinking that the boat commercial will push the carp into this corner over here. So that is my plan. Hopefully it'll be a good one. So yeah, let's have a look, see if we could get it on film. I've not done any casting on film yet, could be nervous times. So I'm going to go in line with that tree because I know there is a spot, well, the reeds over there, if you can see, if I could get to it from this angle. So we'll try. So I've literally done is lay that one down on a free spool. It's not a free runner, just to probe the area. We'll just pay out some line as well, so it's totally slack going in. Like so. There we go. She's down, she's on the deck. Hopefully, we'll see if anything comes of that. So those long-necked assassins can bugger off. Hopefully the cadets won't be out for a long time. Still like they're having lots of fun. Don't blame them, it's a nice day. But yeah. Let's hope I can find a car. Hopefully they're pushed down into this corner is what I'm thinking. Or tucked up behind that island. Can't get up there because they're match fishermen. So yeah, we'll keep you informed. Right, so I can't hit the spot where I want to from this swim. So we're going to grab the landing net and literally my chair and my little stalking rod and a box of goodies, and we're going to see if we can stalk the reeds where I think the fish will be pushed into with the boat in action on the lake. Could be wrong, but it's worth a shot, so we'll get going. Okay guys, so I've got my stalking rod and the bucket, and I'm coming back from my landing net and chair. So let's walk around. I'm going to walk around to the see a little bed of reeds. I'm going to drop the rod in there nice and stealthily, so no big splash. Power boats, you know, the carp's going to push into quiet parts of the lake, and I'm banking they're going to come into this part. That's my plan. Another peg there. If the carp ain't coming to you, you've got to try and get to the carp, you know. Excuse me. This one. I'm just good margin of bush here, which they. So I think this next peg is the one I'm after. Be careful, got to be quiet now, guys. Okay. There's a reed bed, look, just there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set up here. The reed bed is. I'm just going to go and get my chair, and I'll be back. Guys, so what I'm going to do now is throw a little handful of pellets over the reed bed there, just to semi-spook anything that might be in the area, but I'm hoping they're all pushed down this way, so here we go. I've done is set the line. Set the line on a free spool. What I've actually done is got the line across the bottom, then I've actually took the slack off. Yeah, took the bait rudder off, and it's now played tight because we're closer to the reeds. So see what happens. Hopefully we'll nab a bite. So here we are. Not in position. Trap set. But I just wanted to show you the little bag of goodies we've got. Got a cloth. Okay, that's just to dry the hook link off when you put a PVA mesh on, just to keep a little bit of food tripping in that swim. And then down here, I don't know if you can see that, a little box of goodies. So I'll bring it up. So I've got a box of goodies. In there, I've got some high attraction pellet. High attraction pellet there, really does pong. Some almond goo. And I've got a couple of little stringers already lined up, ready to go, and a large baiting needle and some extra PVA netting. And that's just to give it an half hour and then re-go again. So that's what we're doing now. So guys, I've just noticed the clear spot where I thought the carp's coming into the margin, that's actually the long neck assassins that are clearing that spot. So I'm just going to reposition the rod just a little further out as they come into this channel where I know there is a spot. So I'm just going to reposition that quickly. But as I was doing that, to the side there, I just saw a show, I just saw a jump, so I'll position the rod towards the jump, so I'll let you know if it screams off, hopefully it will. So guys, welcome back. We've got a little stalky rod going off to the left margin, a bag out to the right, and just a single hook bait going out to the middle swim that I've had all along. Just to make things very good, my fans have popped down. Here's Ryan. He's an angler as well, goes to the Riddings a lot. And there's my fans there. Look, my family have come down to have a little bit of a barbecue today. My son seems like he's KO'd and asleep. So yeah, and a nice afternoon here on the bank. Anyway, catch you soon. Good evening everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Unfortunately we've lost the daytime now. We have had a lot going on today. My family popped down, we had a barbecue. Well, I say a barbecue, we used the bank grill, the NGT bank grill. Just as good I think, actually less smoke but more fat. Lovely. We did some stalking, we saw a couple of crashes though today, so I've got the rods in the general direction. It was getting nice. I need to say a big shout out to Ryan Herity. Ryan Herity spent some time here today on the bank and we've got his casting perfectly now. He was practicing some casting with the spomming rod and we now got him going up to 108 yards, which is fantastic for him. So now he owes me a favour, get me more subscribers. That's the deal. That's what we're going to do. He's coming back a bit later. He's going to sit with me for a bit because I get scared of the dark. And yeah, we'll see. If we get a fish, we'll show you that through the night. So different tactics then, because I got plagued by bream the last 2 nights. You know how I hate them disgusting vile creatures. I've changed over to bags and I've put a 12mm high attraction pellet in there with some microfeed, and the microfeed will get all the little fish in, get the spot churning up, get that nicely, and the action and the sediment from that's going to rise up from the water column, bring the big carp in, and then the banana dumbbell pop up that landed me the girth is back on both the rods. So I've got faith in that. Gone back to the Ronnie, even though it's inside of a bag. That was eventful putting that inside a bag, I tell you. I'm not very good at PVA bags, that's why it's not filmed, because they look shocking. Anyway, so I'll catch up with you later. If we catch anything, even if it's a bream, we'll take the time to record the little horrible creature. So yeah, big shout out to Ryan and Rianne and everybody else that come down today. Jackie, my wife, my son Lewis, Paige, my daughter. She'll probably be embarrassed that I've said a shout out on here, you know, because she's a little bit carpy, but not a lot carpy, you know. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's me signing off for a bit. Hopefully I'll get rudely awoken tonight. If not, first thing in the morning will be good, so I can have a good night's sleep. So I'll see you all later. Good morning and welcome back to Carpy Clips. Well, last night I had a few more bream, around 3 o'clock in the morning. I was too tired to film them, but that's what happened. So for this trip, it's Burrow bream 7, Andy 0. So yeah, we're just hoping that next trip, the lake's giving away a few of the secrets now though. It's telling me to stay away from particles, it's telling me that the fish, the carp especially, are no longer perhaps patrolling the marginal routes that they used to. So it gives me some ideas for the next trip out. Going into the autumnal or winter seasons, it's very important to know the lake. It's a big lake, and the tactics we have to do on that one will be in the next video. We'll go through full tactics that I'm going to be using, and also little tips on how to get the best from your swim if you only got a short 48-hour session. So lovely morning. The rods are out for the last few minutes in hope that a nice Burrow pit carp presents itself. If it does, you'll be the first though. If not, we'll see you next time. Until next time, tight lines.